right, good morning, hello, and happy Saturday. I hope you're having a great Saturday and final last few hours of Art Fight. I know it's crazy that it has come to this. Let's go ahead and switch screens really quickly. I am going to have to do a little bit of setup here while we are live on stream, and that's just so that I can make sure that the YouTube audio library is displaying correctly and we're able to check out where is it? I want to see, that's not it. Let's try again. Let's make sure we're looking at the actual audio library. There we go. So that we're giving credit where credit is due for the music that we're listening to. I hope you guys are having a great last day of Art Fight. Hello, Moss, and hello, Kim. Music is too loud. There we go. Let me know if that is better. I hope it's better, but I can adjust. Just keep me informed, and we will go from there. Hello, Lunar Garden. Good morning. You are finishing your last mass attack. That is awesome. I received a couple of mass attacks this morning, and I would be happy to share some of those with you as we get ready to kick off our final attacks or finish our final attacks if you guys are still working on some. Let's jump to notifications here for a second, and we're gonna look at attacks because I received a couple this morning that actually scared me a little bit because I saw that I had all these new attacks and I panicked slightly because it's like, I'm not gonna have time to revenge these people. Hello, Dee, welcome to the stream. And then I realized that they were mass attacks, which made me feel a little bit better. I didn't feel as terrible if I didn't have an opportunity to return a mass attack fire, because I assume somebody else on the mass attack may be able to get to it if I can't. So we had this mass attack here, which was a video on YouTube. We'll take a look in a second, and I will share the link in the chat so that you guys can show them some love. They put a lot of hard work into it. And then I also received, oh no, I think I closed it out. I received another mass attack, and then I have this other one by Silver's Art. We are going to revenge. I've already started it, so we're just gonna finish up a revenge I was working on this morning before stream for Lith Entity, and we're gonna go from there. But very quickly, I think it's okay to spare a few minutes to take a look at this video mass attack. And of course, I am going to copy this and I'll share it with you guys in the chat. Let's make this a little bigger so you get kind of the full screen effect. And here's the link to the attack as well if you wanted to check out their channel or show them a little love, give them a little thumbs up. I already have, that was my character on screen just a second ago. I'm sorry, let me jump back a sec. This little guy, this one hopping from lily pad to lily pad, that is my boy. And I am so happy with that attack. That animation looks so good. I think that they put so much hard work and effort into this. So please do, when you have a chance after Art Fight ends, because, you know, time is precious and fleeting, but after Art Fight ends, check out that link and show that creator some love. You can tell they put a lot of hard work and effort into it. Hi, Bingo Ned. How are we doing? I hope everybody is having a great Saturday so far. We are going to work on this character here. This is a druid hexblood warlock, so it's a D&D style character. Originally 8 feet tall, but she's been cursed and is now only 3 feet tall. So she's kind of been turned into a gnome to some degree, if not entirely. I'm not sure the details, but this is the information that we have, so this is what we're going to draw. And I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here because you can see here on my sketchbook, got a little bit of cat hair on it. We have already started this drawing this morning because I was really nervous. I woke up so early. I was really nervous I wouldn't have time to start and complete one before submissions are closed. So I got a little head start. And I hope that you guys, if you have something you're working on, enjoy working on it together with me. I'm sorry I shook the camera. I was trying to scoot my chair in. Little Phyllis says, Cam, I know, he was so cute, the little frog. All right, so now that we've got the pencils done, I'm actually just gonna jump right into line art, and I would like to talk to you guys about the Art Fight experience this year, because man, I feel like I've been hearing so much about Art Fight this year, like real time feedback, real time, like, oh gosh, I don't want to say gossip, but just like, you know, people sharing their stories and their experience. And I was interested in hearing some of the things that you guys noticed about this art fight. If it was your first art fight, it could be any observation, or if you've come back for art fight from a previous year, something that you noticed maybe was different this year from previous years. I'm very interested and curious in like the stories that people have about art fight, because it's definitely been a pretty explosive year for growth, I would say, for art fight. I think the general consensus has been that this year we have seen far more participants than in any other year. There's just been so many new players joining, which has been a wonderful, wonderful, just wonderful thing for the art community as a whole. We do love to see people growing as artists, to connect as artists. All of those things are positive things. But I've definitely heard a few negatives as well. And you know, it can't all be good. We're all human, right? Cam says people who use TikTok complain a lot about art fight. Yeah, that was definitely one of the ones that I heard. And I will say that I personally am not on TikTok. I do have a TikTok account, if you've seen it, because there have been a few very, very rare occasions when I've shared like a TikTok video. And I think the last time I did that, it was just a video of my cats. I mostly just used my TikTok as a cat account for my cats. I have my cat videos. But I definitely have been under the impression that if you are in any way sensitive to trolls, I will say trolls, don't post your art on TikTok. At least that was my personal decision to not post my art on TikTok, because I know me. And I know I have a YouTube channel, and I have opened myself up to criticism, and that's fine. But I've also seen the criticism on TikTok before I kind of like left the platform, and it is not healthy. It is honestly just not a healthy space. And it makes me kind of sad that so many young people are on there, because they're the ones who are experiencing that. So it's so disheartening. Bingo Ned asked, complain how. Cam might be able to elaborate. I will say from what I have heard, you know, through, I don't know, just through other creators' commentary on the issue, that TikTok art fighters, especially ones who are new to art fight and are very unfamiliar with the art fight culture, have been extremely picky with who is allowed, like the audacity to say who is allowed to draw my character, and say, you know, if you're not an experienced artist, don't even bother drawing my character. I don't want your art. And to me, that's like extremely, extremely rude and inconsiderate of the entire spirit of art fight, because art fight is not a commissioning website. You are not commissioning anybody to draw anything for you on art fight. It is a gift. It's an art trading game. It is a gift art game. And if somebody chooses to draw your character of their own volition, nobody paid them to do it, it is a gift, no matter the quality, no matter the amount of time or effort, because any effort is still more than you were entitled to. So it's just wild to me that people would make junior artists feel bad and unwelcome. I guess that's the part that bothers me the most, is like, it's not so much that like, okay, well, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because even if an advanced artist, like say somebody with me, that's got like 10 years experience, I've been on art fight for 8 years. If I call myself an advanced artist, feel free to judge. You can call me whatever you want. But I see that. I see somebody's profile say that. I'm immediately moving on to another profile, and I'm having nothing to do with that creator. I'm having nothing to do with that person. I'm not drawing for them if I see something like that in their bio, because I find it's just not, it's not acceptable behavior. in my opinion, and I would not encourage it by providing them with gift art, because then they're gonna feel like it worked. Or conversely, I might not be up to par with the skills that they're looking for, and they might look at my art and say, I said I didn't want art from people like you, and then I got to deal with the fact that they don't think I'm good enough. And so I just find it's extremely wrong. No matter how you slice it, it's just wrong. Cam says that people have very high standards on the defenses they want to get. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Hello, Rox. Welcome to the stream. It is rude. Yeah, we agree. It is simply a art gift-giving game for fun and for free. BingoNet, good attacks only, please. Yeah, that's basically what they're saying. And honestly, that is a great way to get no attacks, because the best artists on ARTFIGHT are going to see that. And they are the ones with experience. And the ones with experience know better than to nurture that attitude. So going around, and then this is the other part of the complaints that you're going to see on TikTok, supposedly, allegedly, is that these creators go on there and they're like, they have such high standards, and then they come back a couple days later and they're complaining that nobody has attacked them, that ARTFIGHT is bogus, that everybody says you'll get on here and get all this free art, and then you don't get any free art, and that it's such a wash, and that it's only for like the 1% of artists who are getting attacked, or whatever the excuse might be. But the truth is, one, you're not entitled to any art, and two, if you're sending the message that you're only looking for the best of the best to draw for you, you're creating you're setting yourself up for failure. Like, nobody's going to draw for you. So to come back later and complain that nobody did, it's just, it's ridiculous. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You want to be upset that nobody drew for you when you specifically put in your profile, don't draw for me if you're not good enough? Like, what mindset is this? Yeah, so BingoNet says, I really can't imagine getting mad about someone spending time out of their day to make something especially for you. Agreed. Hello, Dragon Fox Star. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great Saturday and a great last day of ARTFIGHT, because this is it, folks. This is the final day. It is the final countdown officially for realsies this time, you know? And I am trying to finish this drawing. It's a revenge for a Lith entity of their D&D character. Let me know what you guys are drawing, if you are drawing something, or if you're just hanging out and enjoying the last of my art attacks while we wait for the timer to officially run out. That's fine too. I'm so glad you've decided to be here. I appreciate your company while I race against the clock. Only 2 hours and 45 minutes left, says BingoNet. Dragon Fox Star says, yes, I finished 21 attacks, so I am burnt out, but it was so much fun and can't wait for next year's ARTFIGHT. Cam says I'm already planning for next year. I am too. I think this also might be the first year, or the first year in a couple years, where ARTFIGHT's not even over yet, and I'm already thinking ahead to next year, and I'm like, what do I want to do next year, and how do I want to do it differently? And what characters do I want to keep out? Do I want to hide characters? Do I want to update characters? Like, all those thoughts are already going through my head. I've been thinking about, like, the themes for next year, themes I want to suggest. I don't even know if they let you suggest more than one, or if it's like you get one. And then whatever you suggest, that's kind of like your one. But they will at some point put out a poll for people to suggest themes for next year. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And if I see it, which I hope I do, I will, of course, post it to my channel community tab. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you want to catch this community post 100% for sure, the only way I can think to make sure that you see it is to hit the bell for notifications. Otherwise, it's luck of the draw. I don't know what to say. Like, that's how much we know about how YouTube works and how the algorithm picks who gets to see what. So yeah, just increase your chances by making sure you're subscribed and that you have notifications on. And I'll do my best to keep you guys posted so that you don't miss that either. Dragon Fox, I don't know what I want to do for next ARTFIGHT, but I'll figure it out when it draws closer. That's perfectly fine too. You definitely want to add more characters and update the reference sheets for some of them. Agreed, same. I'm in the same boat. I feel like I every year I try to like at least, I don't know why I just added that crease. I try to at least update one reference sheet. If not, like it's always been my goal to be like, okay, well at least one of these character sheets needs to be updated in order for me to feel like I did my due diligence. But I think next year I might actually try to like go all in and do way more prep work than I've ever done before. I want to like really splash, like I want to make my profile so much like more exciting than I have in past years. I want to like go all out. I want to make it like one of the fancy ones that make you go, whoa, when you click on it and you come to the page and you're like, wow, look at everything that they did with this page. Like I want to do that with mine next year. So things like that I'm really looking forward to that I haven't done this year. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited for next year already. It's already creeping up. It's on my brain. Sounds like it's on your guys' brain too. Do you have any themes that you're hoping for next year? I know in Discord I was talking about that with a couple of folks, and somebody had mentioned that they really hope that some of the options that were on the poll this year come back because they were really interested in them and they think they deserve a second chance. Do you guys feel that way? Are there any themes that you either wish had gotten picked and hope that we can think about again next year, or did you have ones you wanted to suggest that you hope make it on the ballot? Roxy says, Rox, I'll just call it Rox. Sweet and sour would be cute. That would be really cute. I like that idea a lot, sweet and sour. We haven't done that yet. That'd be really nice. Flare and Frost would be cool, says Dragon Fox. That would be as well. Very elemental. Cam, now that ARTFIGHT is over, I finally have time to read Venerable. Yay! Yeah, for those who don't know, I have a webtoon and it's called Venerable. And yes, thank you for the plug, Cam. I might be biased. I don't know. It's possible. I might be biased, but I do feel it is a good webtoon. And it is a very unique webtoon. There are very, very few that are even in the same genre as my webtoon. So if you want something different, if the other comics you're reading are starting to all blur together and you want to just kind of like refresh your palette, refresh your eyes, refresh your just your brain on like the typical formulas that you're used to seeing, definitely check out. It's one of the webtoons of all time, says Bingo Ned. Yeah, thanks. Definitely check it out. And Bingo Ned helps on my webtoon. He's the colorist and saves me a ton of time that has been helping me to keep my comic going, because I've definitely reached points where, just real life kind of gets busy and it's hard to be an artist and to be an adult and have a job, and it's hard to be an artist and a webtoon creator and a YouTuber. And so there's a lot of balancing that has to happen, and having somebody who is willing and able to put time into your project that feels strongly about making a quality product with you, it definitely helps. And I super appreciate it. So, if you want to give Bing some applause emojis in the chat, I would not be opposed. I think that they've earned it. Cam says, gotta hope for crystals versus fossils to return. That was another option on the poll this year. We could see it again. I don't know. I think it just depends on if people suggest it again when the option to suggest themes comes back around. So if people put it back into the bucket, we might actually see it back on the poll when it's time. So that's just a little food for thought. A little something we can do to try to help grant our own wish, I suppose. Cam gives some applause for Bingo Head. Yes, I appreciate it. Oh man, my nails. I didn't even realize. I almost always repaint my nails before stream because I don't want to ick you guys out or anything. But it is the last day of Art Fight. I am like kind of racing the clock, and that just was not my priority. So I hope you guys will forgive me for having chipped nails today. Rox says that's why I did Art Fight, was because I know I'll feel super drained from work and not have much. I just also realized I don't think the music is still playing. Let me see what I can do about that. Oh, come on. Here we go. Oh no, it is playing. Is it not? Maybe it's not. Maybe I gotta skip this song because it looks like it's not working. There we go. Okay, we're back. We're back. Cam says, are you gonna color this attack? Yes. I think I do have enough time to color it, so that should be fine. I might have enough time to color this and then draw another one, maybe, if I'm not if I'm not too distracted. But I don't think I'd be able to color a second one. I might be able to draw another one. I don't think I could color it. Oh no, I made this part of the jacket too flat. Okay, there we go. I'm starting to kind of like be a little bit more, just a little bit more flowy with the brush pen here, like letting the line weight kind of express itself more than I have in some of the other drawings, I think. And kind of that was my, I feel like it's a little bit evident of my goal being achieved this year. My goal was to get way more comfortable with and better at traditional art. And if I am feeling more comfortable with my pens, or maybe it's just the fact that I feel the pressure to just put pen to paper because the timer, who knows, maybe it's that. Maybe it's more to do with the time limit than my actual comfort level. But that was my goal, to get more comfortable with or better at, or both, traditional art. And I'm feeling like I may have reached that goal. I'm feeling pretty accomplished. What about you guys? What goals did you set for yourself, and how satisfied are you with your goal progress this year? Hello, Tanilla. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you were able to make it, and I hope you're having a great Saturday and a wonderful last day of Art Fight, as it so happens to be. We are trying to get our final attacks in before the buzzer buzzes on Art Fight and they close submissions. Those are our goals. That is what we were up to. What about you? How are you doing, and what are you up to today? And I am still interested in that question, by the way, your goals and how you feel about them. Cam says my goal was 7 attacks and you made 24. I would say that is going above and beyond, my friend. I think you have more than accomplished your goal, and you should be very proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. And we have Rox's goals, very satisfied. I did more than I expected, and a good variety of digital art and traditional art. Also great. Bingo Ned, I did more attacks this year than last year. It's always great to see that growth, to see your, I would say, not tolerance. Tolerance isn't a word for it, but your endurance kind of like grow. That's always good too, to feel like you're capable of more, and then to, you know, kind of like just realize that real time. It's pretty nice. Let's make sure, oh gosh, my hand stuttered a little bit there, and our circle's not quite circular. I think we'll survive. Perfectionism is not the name of the game today, folks. Speed is the name of the game today. All right, whoosh. I should have got my wrist wrap out too. I'm starting to feel it right here. Do you guys ever get that? Like right in the heel of your hand? You start to feel from having your wrist on the page and pressing. I don't know, maybe I'm drawing too hard. Dragon Fox Stars, honestly, even 21 is so amazing. I definitely know my limit is now on how much to draw each week, which was 5. Learning more about yourself as an artist is also great. That's also another beautiful thing that comes out of Art Fight. I love it, and I love to hear it. Lunar Garden, my goal was 60 attacks with this last attack, I would have made 70 this year. That's amazing. Ram was gonna do only 10 and it turned into 31. All exceeding expectations. And the beautiful thing about that is you're exceeding your own expectations, because like we said at the beginning when we were talking about the TikTok drama, it doesn't matter what other people expect. It doesn't matter what other people want out of ARTFIGHT from you, because it is not your obligation. ARTFIGHT is voluntary and for fun. And in order for it to stay fun, we cannot do that to each other. We cannot burden each other with guilt, with expectations, with blame, with judgment. None of that stuff. That's not what ARTFIGHT's about. ARTFIGHT is about growing as an artist, connecting as a community, having fun, and discovering cool characters. Like, that too is valuable. That is a valuable part of ARTFIGHT. Okay, so this character has like this tree sort of marking. I don't know if it's part of her curse, but we gotta make sure that we include these tree branches kind of tattooed on the chest. So let's get that in there. And there we go. And for the shoes, we need shoes. So very true, says Dragon Fox, and Rocks exactly, yes, true. Artbreaker, will I ever show up on time? The answer is no. Hello and welcome to the stream, Artbreaker. You're doing good. You're not even that late. I only just started, or at least it feels like I only just started. You guys can let me know if I'm underestimating how much time I've already spent, because time is of the essence. And if I do get too relaxed, it could end up biting me in the butt. So, gotta make sure we're still keeping an eye on the time. This is a timed event. This stream is a timed event. So yeah, I do want to be like I kind of want to be aware that this hat should come, the brim of the hat should come under. There we go. All right, what do you guys think? I think she looks really cute. I need to start picking out some colors. I think because once again, I've drawn the character off-center, we're gonna have to put something just like right here on the page, just to help balance my poor spatial awareness. Let's get out some of these, my swatches, and we're gonna start picking some colors. 2 hours and 20 something minutes left for ARTFIGHT. You guys are amazing. Yes, keep me in the know. You guys are so wonderful for that. Thank you. And also each other. We all kind of need the reminder, right? Like anybody else who's also working on it, that helps to know. And I can read it out loud when I see it in the chat, and then they can hear my voice while they're drawing, and that will be a good reminder too. Ah, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful. So now we just need some colors. And yay, swatch sheets is Rocks. I know, I love them. These are so handy. This has been really, really helpful. Oh man, I lost my train of thought for a second. I was gonna say something about, the other thing about ARTFIGHT is, besides TikTok drama and the explosive growth of members, do you know that last year we hit over 1 million attacks last year? Over 1 million pieces of gift art were officially exchanged on ARTFIGHT last year. Can you imagine the number it's going to be this year with how many more players there are than ever before? Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's true though, it's true. If you go back through the newsletter on the ARTFIGHT homepage to last year's stats, you can see that we crossed the 1 million threshold. It was pretty amazing. All right, I definitely want kind of like this foresty green color, so we're gonna go with this deep olive. She also wears kind of a dark gray. Maybe we'll do cool gray 82. And then I'll come back for some of these other colors. She's kind of like a gray skin gnome with pinkish ears. I can show you guys the reference real quick so you know what I'm like color picking. Oh, I can if I can find my mouse. Here we go. Sorry, the music is also up on screen. If I click away from that tab, it will stop playing the music. It's really frustrating. But you can see the reference on the left. So I'm going with that olive green. I'm gonna go with the cool gray 82. She's got like a light gray skin tone, so I'm gonna go with Cool Gray 38 for skin, and then we're gonna pinken the ears and worry about some of those little accent colors like the apple and the purple afterwards. So let me just grab these 3 main colors and we'll keep on. What the heck, Dragon Fox? How? How? I need to know, because holy smokes. Oh, wait, whoa, why did I think for a second you were saying those were all yours? I was gonna say, like, have you been doing art fight since 2013? Like, let's see, 38, where's 38? Here we go, 38, we need 82, where are you at, 82? Oh, wait, 69, great, got it. Then we wanted the olive green. The olive green is gonna be from 45. Okay, I have my 3 main colors. We've swatched them, we were gonna color them, and we are gonna talk some more about ARTFIGHT, because that's why we are here. So many users and art, I bet, says Dragon Fox. I don't know, but that's what's on the stats currently. And then they did stop, they actually stopped telling us how many, I think at the 1 week mark maybe, because, I'm just gonna start with the green. Because the moderators don't want people seeing if they're winning or losing and then doing anything kind of like desperate, you know? So they take down the scorekeeper, like the scorecard, a little bit in advance of gosh, the final week, so that people don't do anything kind of desperate or crazy at the end, or feel compelled to cheat. Or even switch teams. We get a lot of team switchers, which is not an illegal move. You are welcome to switch teams if you so choose. It is not against the rules. You'll even get like a team switcher badge at the end of ARTFIGHT, while everybody else gets a team loyalty badge. So it is not right or wrong. It is just a choice that you have, but some people might be compelled to make that choice if they feel like in the last week their team is losing and they just don't want to lose. So they do take down our stats. That is my analysis of why. I am not a mod. I am not in the chat with them when they make these decisions. That is just kind of what I think is happening and why I think it's happening. You guys are welcome to share your thoughts and theories. If you have thoughts and theories on that, I'm welcome. I'm like really interested in hearing that, because the more we share, the more broad our knowledge is on all of that stuff. So happy to coordinate on some of this information. Knowledge is power, right? Loyal to Seafoam says rocks. Me too. Even if we lose, I'm always loyal to my team, even if we lose. And I've lost a lot of games. I think I have been on the losing team, I think for 4 years running, or maybe it was 3 years running. I was on the losing team, won 1 and then lost again, and then won 2 more, or something like that. So I've been on the losing team a lot, but it's okay. I just think, I don't know, if my team goes down, I go down with it. You know, I was a part of that team, I contributed to that team. My effort was equally responsible for losing on that team if we lose, so I'm not gonna like abandon ship. Like, gonna go down with my ship, you know? Which is so fitting for Seafoam, right? Of course, you could also have starships. Starships exist too. Team Stardust could also have ships. We're not ship shaming here. Artbreaker, I switched teams before the fight even started. I think that, I don't actually know if that counts. You have to let us know if you get a loyalty badge or not if you switch teams before ARTFIGHT started. Because if you like registered but then went back and was like actually, and then registered for the other team, I'm curious if the game hasn't even started yet, do you get a loyalty badge or do you get a team switcher badge? Definitely follow up with us. Let us know after badges are awarded, which it could be some time. I think it may take a couple months, or I think sometimes they don't even release the badges until just before the next ARTFIGHT starts, because they want people to see the badge announcement when the website becomes really busy again. So who knows? It might be a while. But if you remember to tell us, please tell us. I would like to know. I think that's interesting. I think it only counts if you switch after 2 attacks, says Dragon Fox Star. That's interesting. Good to know. Dragon says, you know, all my friends except 2 are on Seaphone, which baffles me because some have Galra OCs. I assume that's something to do with, oh gosh, I put the green away as if I was done. I'm not done. We gotta color this hat and these gloves green as well. Being on the losing team means you got in the team who received the most gifts. That is also true. Wow, I love that. I love that perspective shift. That's so, oh, what an amazing way to look at it. I love that. That is so good. Positive spin, people. Positive spin. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing it. What a great way to look at that. It's not losing, it's winning. You're on the team with the most gift art. You've received the most gifts. I like that. I don't even know if the way I'm trying to like highlight these gloves and make them shiny even looks right. It probably doesn't because I'm not thinking, I'm just coloring. I'm like desperate. I'm just like, I'm coloring. I'm in a hurry. I'm like, we will get this done on time today. It will happen today. I don't love the overlap of the green on green, so I'm gonna have to come back with a white gel pen to separate the glove from the jacket. I'm not a fan of colors touching like that. I just don't think it's super clear, the design when that happens. So sometimes you just gotta come back in and add a little, I don't know. Is this even working? Like, does this? No, I don't like this. So we're gonna color that in and we're just gonna leave the shine on the knuckles. I'm trying to make the gloves look kind of latexy, like they're like a shiny material. I might change my mind about that later, and the beautiful thing about that is all I have to do to change my mind is color in the white space I left behind. Beautiful. Easy peasy solution. Can't argue with it. Great. So hat, right, hat is also green. Ooh, I like the lighting, says Cam, and maybe layer the greens. Yeah, I think I might need to bring in a shading, like a darker green, just to shade a little bit. But I want to get my base color down first, just like with digital art. Sometimes it helps to just put your base color down. Other times, like if you want to blend, then you gotta be quick. You gotta have both out if you want to blend. You gotta get it while the ink is still wet to blend 2 colors. That is what I am learning about these markers. You gotta be fast for blending. So, speaking of darker colors, I definitely want a darker green on the inside of this hat, so maybe it is time to go grab that. And I think we're gonna have to go with forest green, because that might be the only green I have that's darker than olive. So, 2 seconds. Alright, so I'm taking more than 2 seconds because I'm not seeing forest green over here. I might have lost that marker, which is not a good sign. Unless the cap is just a really bad match. It is. But can you imagine, like, that's why I couldn't find forest green. That really looks blue to me. Does that look blue to you? Because I think it looks blue. That's forest green. That is why we have swatches. Because the caps lie. The caps are not a good color indicator. Let's see how this looks together. Does this... Yeah, it's a little darker than the olive green. We'll take it. I mean, it's my only real choice. I don't have any other dark green markers, so it's gonna have to work. That's the other thing about traditional art. Has anybody else run into this issue where, like, unlike digital, where you can use any color that your pixels or your software will allow you to pick, right? When it comes to traditional color matching, and you can't use the eyedropper for traditional art when you're looking at somebody's reference. You get the color you get. Like, you do your best to pick the one in your supplies that matches, and then you just kind of like, you gotta make it work. It's definitely also been a little bit of like an eye-opener for some things where it's like, I don't know if I have that color. For example, I want to show you guys an example. There's this one character I did. Let me back up a few pages. So here's some of my recent ones. I'm not gonna show you all of them because I do plan to do an ARTFIGHT sketchbook tour video after ARTFIGHT is over. because it's the first time I will have ever, like, I don't think complete a sketchbook is the right answer because I didn't complete it, but I did complete my art fight, so it's kind of like a little bit of a completion. But anyway, the point being, long story short, I really got distracted. This mermaid character was supposed to be kind of like a reddish, orangish, hot pink color. She was very much like a salmon-y color. I did not have the color from her reference. Not even close. It was either gonna have to be an orange or a hot pink, and I thought the hot pink was a closer match, so I went the hot pink. But when you look at this side by side with the reference, it's like, why did she change the color? Why didn't she just color it the color on the reference? And the reason is I don't have that color in my marker box. So please do not be upset with me if I draw for you and the colors don't look exactly right. You know, my supplies do have a limit. I have a lot of things that I feel guilty for having accumulated art supply wise and having not used, because I do have a little bit of like a hoarding and not using issue, which I'm addressing. I'm working on it. This is part of that working on it experience. That said, I really can't help if I don't have the right color to match your reference. But I will do my best, and I'm sure others who are also doing traditional attacks are trying their best. So here we are, just trying to like drop in a little bit of shadow to create a little bit of contour and shape to this outfit. And I'll go a little bit harder on that once my flats are done. But yeah, let's keep going. Totally okay. We all have limits, says Rox. Hello and welcome, KK. Welcome. Glad you were able to join the stream. I hope your art fight has been wonderful. Share your experiences in the chat. Let us know what's on your mind. How do you feel about art fight? Are you still working on it down to the last minute, kind of like me? Or are you satisfied with your art fight experience this year and you're ready to put like a lid on it and it's wrapped? Are you wrapped for Art Fight 2024? Or are you gonna keep going and you're here with me racing the clock as companions in this last ditch effort to get some final attacks in? Tell me your story. Everybody too, not just KK, but like just in general. Like I would love to hear how you guys are doing, how you're feeling, what are your thoughts. You know, you don't have to like be polite and only talk about what I talk about. We can talk about what you want to talk about. That's fine too. And in fact, I would love to talk about what you guys want to talk about. So feel free to just throw stuff out there, including a time check. Thank you, Cam. 2 hours and 15 minutes remaining for everybody that's still working on it. That's good to know. Dragon Fox Star says, yeah, I'm definitely leaning toward wanting to do traditional art next year, but we shall see, even if it's a small sketchbook to save time. I didn't know how I would feel about this. And Artbreaker says also something similar. As I said, next year I'm going to paint my attacks, even if it means I do less overall. I've already proven that I can do 100 plus attacks, and so next year you want to focus on a different goal. By the way, Artbreaker, you already know how I feel about your art attacks, but everybody else who doesn't know, mind-blowing. I don't know if you make videos on your channel. If you do, say yes, I make videos, because I will subscribe so fast. Like, I would love to see your process. I love your work. It blows my mind. You're so talented, just amazing. And yeah, in your paintings, if you want to do painting attacks next year, that's kind of like how I felt this year going into this, doing traditional. And same thing for you, the Dragon Fox that's thinking about doing the traditional art next year. I was like definitely thinking about, man, if I do traditional art, I'm not going to be able to draw as many attacks, and I don't know how I feel about slowing down and being able to give people less art. It was definitely something I thought about. It was something that crossed my mind. And I do think that I have drawn a couple, like not as many attacks, or not as fast, definitely not as fast. I've been working really hard to draw as many attacks as possible, especially since I lost a week due to eye surgery. That was kind of a whole thing. And then I had a family trip, road trip that I had to go on. So I lost a lot of time this art fight, but I've still maintained momentum. I've still kept up my numbers. I think my numbers are on par with last year, even though last year I did digital art, which for me is faster and easier because that's where I have experience. But all of that said, yeah, I've kept that in the back of my mind the whole time I've been working. And so I've been setting aside more hours in the evening to try to finish one attack a day. And on weekends trying to do at least 2 so I can not lose, not fall behind basically. But you know, even if you do fall behind, even if you do fewer attacks, knowing that going in, and that's something that you've agreed to, you've made that pact with yourself, you've agreed to that for yourself, you know, that's okay. Again, like we said earlier when we were talking about entitlement and stuff, nobody's entitled to anything from you in Art Fight. Whatever you're working on for your personal goals is your priority. And if your priority is to work on your traditional art, work on it. And I'm sure anybody who receives that art will still be just as flattered and just as happy with it as they are with your traditional or with your digital pieces. I know this year I was so worried too about disappointing people because I've been a digital artist for so long and I've set sort of like an expectation for the quality of work that people were going to get. And I think when people attack me who have seen my other art from previous years, they were expecting, you know, a certain level of finish and like digital art and stuff. But ultimately, I've never heard a complaint. Nobody's complained. I think almost every art piece I've done has received a comment, which is beautiful because sometimes people don't comment and you never really know how they feel. But people have been commenting. I think, yeah, but gosh, what was my point? My point is, you got to set goals for you. It's your time to grow. And people really aren't that picky, and they shouldn't be. And if they are that picky, they're just shooting themselves in the foot, like we said earlier, because now they're creating a situation where people don't want to draw for them because they don't feel welcome. So don't be picky. And also don't worry about picky people when you're drawing on Art Fight. Worry about your goals and focus on that because that's what's going to keep you charged and powered and interested in continuing Art Fight instead of leaving Art Fight. Hi, Roddy. Welcome to the stream. And thanks for the revenge. Roddy says, it was my pleasure. I had a lot of fun with it. This has been a great Art Fight, like for me, for all of my nervousness, all of that talk about how I was concerned about doing traditional art. I was nervous about doing traditional art. I was worried about letting people down. I have immensely enjoyed this, and walking away with this sketchbook full of art that I did that I can now just open up and look at and take with me. Like, I took this book with me so that I could continue doing art attacks while I was on my road trip with family. And I showed it to my whole family, and they were all just so happy with all the drawings, and they thought that all the characters were so cool. And I explained how Art Fight works to them, and how, like, that these are your guys' characters. They were just absolutely blown away. It's just so nice to have a physical copy. And I think for a lot of people who are maybe not artists, who don't really understand, like, flipping through your Art Fight website to look, like, open up an attack and then close it and back out and go to the back to the gallery and open a new one, and like trying to show people your work that way, they might not be as willing to sit there long enough to see it all. But when it came to, shoot, I messed up. This is supposed to have green down here. Is this the right green? Let's make sure we grab the right green first. I've done that before. Yeah, it's just easier to share, I think. And it's satisfying. So my points, gosh, sometimes it takes so long to make a point. My point is, traditional art I've learned that it's easier to share with people outside of the internet. And it's very satisfying to be able to hold in your hand a tangible piece of art, especially in the form of a sketchbook. I loved this experience. I'm so happy I did it. I don't regret it at all. And for anybody else that's thinking about doing traditional art next year, I do recommend. I would say this is a great feeling, great experience, a great outcome. Not only did I work on new skills, but I get this book at the end of it, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. Hello, Lua Animations. Welcome to the stream. So glad to have you here. It's so nice that everybody's kind of coming together for this last hurrah. I love it. Something about bookmarks. What did I miss? Let's see. What did Dragon Box Star say? I still have 30 characters bookmarked for this year that I didn't get to, so I'm likely to add them next year. And Artbreaker, I loved the traditional attack you did for me. Thank you. It's one of my faves this year. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you guys so much. And Dragon Fox, they're doing an ambitious illustration for an upcoming zine. That's really cool too, and also sounds tough, but also rewarding. Bookmarks, man, I can't. My bookmarks, oh, I have 4 pages of bookmarks that I still haven't drawn because every year I want to draw them and then I start getting attacked and my brain can't help it. It just immediately goes, you have to draw back for them. You have to revenge them. You can't look at bookmarks. You need to do revenge. And that's just, my brain wins every time. Really love when people look through my sketchbook. It's such a confidence boost. Agreed. That was definitely the experience that I had when people started looking at it. And I've never had a sketchbook before. I mean, besides the travel sketchbook I tried to do last year, and I made a couple videos on that, and I'm not done with it. Like, I'm not giving up on my travel sketchbook. But, you know, it's not been the same as this. Like, it's not the right kind of, it's like literally just a sketchbook for pencils. You put markers on it, it bleeds. You put pins on it, it bleeds, it falls apart. So it's very limited, and it's not been the same experience as this experience has been. I have loved this. This has been amazing. Bingo Nets, oh wait, Dragon Box Art. Dad thought Art Fight. Cam told their mom about Art Fight. Dragon Box showed their coworkers and were amazed. It's a great feeling. Especially the one they did for 8 hours. And then Dragon Fox, Dad thought Art Fight was like Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's amusing. Yeah, kind of like the card game maybe. Artbreaker, I love when people look through Sketchbook. Bingo Net, I kind of fixed the sharing issue. Gosh, I'm clicking on all kinds of things. It's not what I meant to do. And I did my final attack a couple hours ago. Says Roddy. That's wonderful. Now you don't have to sweat it. I'm still sweating it because I'm trying to get done before the timer runs out. Traditional art is a bit intimidating for me, says Bingo Ned. I feel the same way. Array of Colors, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone had a great art fight. You feel like it just started. Where did the month go? It can feel like that for sure. I still get that feeling sometimes. I think what I need to do is the backpack shops here are actually brown, so we're gonna have to go pick out a brown color here soon, and it's the same color as the staff. And then we need yet another shade of gray for her shirt and her shorts, because they are not the same shade as the gray that's here on the jacket, but yeah, I think the boots and boot covers are this gray, so we're gonna keep going with this marker before we have to switch over to some other markers. I gotta color and read chat at the same time. I gotta multitask. April, I did like 8 attacks. Well done. Oh, hoo-hoos, I use those. Yes, bro, I'm tired. I love these markers. I am learning. I'm learning. Like, I don't know if that's obvious or not obvious, but literally this art fight has been the first time I've done markers. It's honestly only the second time I've even done a sketchbook. And my first sketchbook, like I said, was the travel sketchbook I started last year. And I made I went on like 4 or 5 trips, made 4 or 5 art pieces. And that's it. That's like it for experience. That's my experience with drawing traditionally. Everything else has been on the computer. So I'm still learning, but what I have discovered with Ohuhu is I really like them. They're really nice. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Dragon Fox 21 attacks, which is a lot for me at my first art fight. Be proud of that. Be proud even if you only did 10. Be proud if you did 8. Just be proud that you did them. Like, you could have chosen not to do art fight at all. You could have been like, not this year, and like pushed it off for another year, but you committed and you did the thing and you should be proud. Artbreaker, I learned to get over marker bleed or paper warping really fast. I need to learn how to get over that. Oh shoot. Okay, good. Yeah. This little plastic sheet, look at it. It's saved me from a lot of marker bleed actually, even in this book. Because you can see from this page, it does bleed through. So that little sheet of paper definitely helps. Bro, I'm tired says, oh, that's smart. I also treat my sketchbooks a bit like scrapbooks though, because I like to glue receipts and movie tickets and such in them. I've been thinking about scrapbooking. I've kind of been watching some scrapbooking channels. There's this one that's like a scrapbooking ASMR channel. Really remarkable, honestly. So cool, so cool. I don't know, I know ASMR is not for everybody. I personally love it. I will play ASMR 9 out of 10 nights to go to sleep. And the times that I don't play it is because I'm paranoid that like, oh no, I've got these headphones in my ear and this phone next to my head every night. I'm gonna get like brain cancer or something from all the like cellular microwaves or whatever going into my brain. So I try to take breaks just in case I'm, you know, poisoning myself, killing myself and don't know it. But definitely a fan. Artworker, usually when my markers bleed over, I just draw on a new piece of paper and tape over it. Sometimes I paint over it though. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there eventually, where I'm gonna learn all these little tricks and pieces of advice and stuff. But first, I'm gonna go grab a couple more. We're gonna pick a couple more colors, and I'm gonna grab them so we can finish this piece. We have like, I'm assuming less than 2 hours now, so I gotta be on it. I gotta be snappy. I think color-wise, definitely want this brass. Where is it? Brass green? I'm pretty sure I have a brassy green. Bronze green. I was thinking bronze green for the kneecaps, the backpack, and the staff. That might be a little too green, actually. Maybe we'll do walnut for that. So we'll do a walnut color for that. And then we need probably salmon and orange for this apple. And that same walnut will go up here for the twigs. And then we gotta find this extra gray color. Maybe we'll do a warm gray 170. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try these. I'll be right back. Alright, got 2 hours to the minute. Well, it was until I walked away for a minute. It is still 8:59 for me, says KK. And sometimes, Rox also says it's 2 hours, and now it's 9. Yep, we've officially hit the hour marker. We are now less than 2 hours. Oh gosh, that's scary. Because I don't know if the traffic is gonna be, that's the other thing too. Trying to submit at the last minute, you don't know how many other people are also trying to submit at the last minute. It could be really, it could slow down the website, and then we could end up not being able to submit at all. So it's kind of a scary thought. Let's come in here with our walnut color and start getting these twiggy colors, these twig things, and the staff. And ultimately, I'm gonna have to come back with the purple, but I'm not there yet. We're getting closer though. Getting closer to to needing all the little final touch colors, like the small detail colors, the accent colors, if you will. How are you guys doing? For anybody that is still working on it, I know many of you have already made your peace with ARTFIGHT and you're good for the year, and you're kind of just here to help me along, and I love that. Thank you. But is anybody else, like, are you in the coloring phases? Are you still sketching? Where are you at with your final pieces if you are working on a final piece? Roddy says, my first day was surprisingly smooth. Really? The website, oh, I think so. For some people, traffic did knock it out for, I think, a couple of days, because that's why we got the extension. So I think there might have been 1 or 2 days of the website just being really touch and go, and they were being generous with us, giving us this extension all the way to August 3rd. Because I don't think it was really that spotty for 3 whole days. I do agree with you. I think it was pretty short-lived, the delays. But I'm not gonna tell them no if they're like, no, we don't need August 3rd. Are you kidding me? Yes, I need August 3rd. Please give me the extension. I will gladly accept. So I'm not complaining. But I do agree with you. Roddy. I did not have that much trouble getting on the website, surprisingly, in the beginning. I almost forgot the backstraps also need to be brown. Bruh, I'm tired, says done for the year. Your name, your YouTube name is so fitting for that right now. Like, it's giving. All right, oh gosh. I think that might be the last piece of the brown color I need to use, but we won't put it away just in case we gotta come back to it. Dragon Fox Star says, yeah, my last one was on Thursday because Friday you had a sinus headache. Thank you for the hearts. And thank you for the likes, by the way. I appreciate those as well. I think it helps YouTube know if you guys like my stuff before they show it to anybody else. So the more you guys like my content, the more likely other people will see it. And that is always appreciated. I think with these two colors, we can kind of like make this little... Those two colors kind of bled together a little more than I expected. Aw, thank you, thank you, thank you. Artbreaker, I didn't open the website at all the first day. I waited until everybody was asleep before even trying. Oh, that's a valid point. I guess I'm not being truly fair in a sense because I also told everybody, I was like, I'm not even gonna look at the website for the first 48 hours because I wanna work on bookmarks, and I know if I see that you attacked me, my bookmarks will go right out the window. And then no bookmarks will get drawn, which is what happens every year. So for the first 2 days, I only drew bookmarks, but I will admit, I did cheat. I did lie. I did check in. I opened ARTFIGHT during those 2 days and did have a look-see at how it was going, what attacks people were drawing, and if I had any. And then I started like thinking ahead to my revenges, but I allowed myself to still take the rest of my time for those first 48 hours to do bookmarks, and I was able to knock out a few. So we set our own parameters, you know? We can kind of like create our own rules for ourselves. Wall_rot for Roddy KK. Their username is wall_rot, and they have amazing characters and amazing art. I personally, my personal favorites of Roddy's characters are the mechs. Roddy, 2 years now I've drawn mechs for Roddy. The first year was this undersea robot, and I think I used it as a thumbnail for one of my past streams. Could be wrong, but I think I did. And then the other one was this year. I drew their, I think it's like a DS character that's like a, sort of like Adventure Time style princess. So, do recommend, check them out. Good stuff there. Oh shucks, all these compliments, says Roddy. Dragon Puckstar, my ARTFIGHT is the same username as here. That makes it convenient. That's also why my ARTFIGHT name is PerryPictures, because I wanted it to match my YouTube. Rockstar said, I had a few issues the first day, but there were a couple times where I couldn't submit via mobile, only desktop had been working. That is interesting. I wonder why. All right, we have a couple of things here that we need to address. First, I need another gray, yet again, for the shirt. I need a, I think this might be the, kind of like, ooh, gosh, we need the smaller nib. The tree tattoo thingy, the mark, this might be a curse mark because she is cursed. Or it might be a tattoo, I don't know the lore. It's kind of like a dark gray like this, so I kind of want to do that. And then we need a gray that is both her shirt color and her hair color. I don't know how many grays I have because I've gone through a couple of grays here. We're gonna need yet another gray. Cam says my ARTFIGHT name is also the same as their YouTube. That is super convenient. Artbreaker, same story. Rocks, same story. All good stuff, all good stuff. All right, oh man, let's see. We've used Warm Gray 170. We've used Cool Gray 38 and 82. The hair is a kind of a darker gray, but not too dark, but it's not, gosh. I kind of feel like it would be this color because it's a dark gray, but it's not black. We're gonna go blue gray 170, which basically looks black to me, but I can't really find a better fit. So that's the one we're gonna pick, and I'll be right back. All right, here's hoping I don't screw this up. This is gonna be our color. Cam, did I just get Josh Hutcherson? I'm not sure what that means, but hopefully it's a good thing. Let's see, we're gonna color, yep, we're gonna use this color. Actually, kind of adding a little bit more contrast to the piece would probably go a long way, so I'm kind of happy with this color. We're of course gonna add some shine to the hair, so let's do that. Right there. And we'll do it again right here where it kind of bows out a second time. This is something new that I kind of learned while doing the traditional art as well, is this little like shine effect. Because this is not how I've done highlights digitally at all. So it's definitely a new technique I picked up from watching other people's like videos on how to do marker art. And sort of learning vicariously, you know, osmosising in their techniques from their YouTube videos. Thank you all for the follow, Sis Rocks. I love seeing the community come together. I love that when you guys follow each other. I say it every single stream, and I know like 90% of you have heard this, but the people on live streams for ARTFIGHT are the active players. They're the members of the community that are willing and comfortable connecting with others, especially if they're commenting in chat. So it's a great time to network, to build that art community, and to make art friends. Definitely exchange information in the chat. I have no qualms whatsoever. As long as it's not like, don't dox yourself, folks, don't do that. But like, share your ARTFIGHT channels or your ARTFIGHT names, yes. Share your YouTube channels, yes. If you want to tell us what your Instagram handle is, go for it. You cannot drop any links won't work, but you can tell us your username on any of your socials. I am a-okay with that. I think the only thing that I wouldn't really appreciate is if you like came to stream and you're like, hey everybody, I don't know, some other YouTuber is streaming right now and you should totally leave Perry's stream to go watch this other one because, I don't know, because it's Mr. Beast or something. That would probably not be very nice. That'd be kind of hurtful and rude, but otherwise, you know, share away. I'm gonna have to switch from the little nib to the big nib here. And I'm not sure if I'm really gonna be able to pull off the shine this wide, but I sure am gonna try. And we're gonna do it again. And I'll do it again too. Right here. And see if maybe that works. See if I'm not like overdoing it. I might be overdoing it, but the thing about this is it's better to overdo it than underdo it. Because if I overdo it, I can always just fill in anything I think is excessive. But if I over color it in, I can't really, without getting a Posca marker and trying to like white it out, I'm not really going to be able to add back the shine. And even if I did bring out the Posca marker, it's not always like, maybe it's me not having the technique, but sometimes it can be a little clumpy. Sometimes the paint can go on a little thick, and so it's not always the cleanest fix for mistakes. Whiting out is not always the answer, although sometimes it feels like it. See, like that's, and I'm gonna take out this one, because again, that's where I'm like realizing, okay, I went too far. This one was a little excessive. I had to pick between that and this one. I picked this one. Whew. Man, I am like sweating. I think it's because of this light. I have a light here to illuminate the book, and it is kind of hot. I'm like a little bit sweaty. All right, time to come in here and kind of just try and finish up this contrasty color, and we're gonna do our best here. I do feel like I'm being a little bit more risky with my coloring. It's not nearly as clean as when I normally color. Like, I feel like normally I'm like, oh, I don't want to make any hazardous stroke marks. I'm very clean with my strokes, because sometimes the strokes you make with your marker, with your pen, it shows through. And then I'm like, oh no, that looks like a hot mess. I want it to look, you know, super clean and crisp and like digital art, like a fill bucket tool. And so I'm wondering if me rushing is gonna have any kind of negative, like if it's gonna result in less full color. I don't know. I mean, probably not. This is, especially with this color, this is a really dark marker. I don't think it's really gonna be an issue. Oh, and it's also these little cutout leggings are also a dark gray, so we're gonna color these in. How are we doing on time? Does anybody have the time? A perfect. Cam is on it. 1 hour and 45 minutes, and Rock says those do get hot. Yes, the lights are so freaking hot. It's hot in general outside too. Yeah, I think it is here as well. It's LA. It's been kind of hot lately. I mean, I can't complain because LA does have kind of the perfect weather all year round. But we do get some days where it's like, maybe we do want to turn on the AC and close all the windows. Speaking of windows, the AC is not on. We've been just using natural, like, breeze coming in the windows and giving a cross breeze from room to room to sort of cool the place down. But my window right now is closed because I don't want all that noise from the highway outside to mess up the stream. So it's also really hot in here because I closed the window. It's not just that the light, it's the light and the lack of airflow. It's the light and the fact that the window's closed. It's both. All right, so we need some eye color, which is purple for the gem, and a little bit of like that pinkish color for the tips of the ears. So for that, I think we're gonna want like a more of a blush color off of here. And I think we can go with, I'm gonna go with honey. I love honey. This marker is gonna run out faster than any other marker because this is the color, honey, I've used the most, I feel like, this entire ARTFIGHT. All right, so honey for that, and then for our purple, we're gonna want, I think, lavender and pastel violet. So I'm gonna grab those 3 markers and we'll be right back. Got 'em. Okay, so slide all of these up here. Same here. Bingo Ned says rocks. This coming week is worse for us. Are we talking about the heat? KK says I don't have AC at my house, so I have a fan blowing all the hot air out. AC can't keep up with it, says Dragon Fox. And Artbreaker, the sunlight coming through the window is killer in the heat. Oofy. Yes. Oh man, the biggest mistake I've made with my desk arrangement here is putting my computer under the window. Like, holy moly, did I not realize how much that sunlight coming in the window was gonna just absolutely bake me. Like, I'm just cooking over here, turning into like a human kebab because it is really, really cooking outside. That sunlight can do some serious, see in here I'm trying to blend these because the honey color is still wet. I just laid it on the page. So now I'm coming back in with this very light skin tone gray because that's what the reference shows. And just kind of like dabbing it in there to try and get the 2 colors while they're both still wet to blend together. And I think it worked. I feel pretty good about that. And then for this gem, I think what I want to do is we're gonna, let's start with the dark color. And we're just gonna kind of come in here and do the top part, because in the reference, the top of the gem is really saturated and then the bottom of the gem is not as saturated. We're gonna give this color kind of to both sides, but we're gonna be way more generous on the top than the bottom. And then the lighter purple I'm gonna come in here with just so I can blend. I'm gonna really blend this stuff together. Especially, most especially down here at the bottom of the gem, since that's supposed to be the lighter side. Can you hear the marker squeaking? I feel like the marker is kind of loud. There we go. Just remember to wear sunscreen if you're sitting in front of a window all day. That's probably good advice. I don't, but I probably should. Probably like getting skin cancer and don't even know it. There's so many things we have to look out for our health. It's like insane. Something is gonna get us eventually. We can't run from everything. Doesn't mean we shouldn't try though, guys. Take care of yourselves. If you need to wear sunscreen, wear sunscreen. Don't just say, I'm gonna die someday anyway. Like don't do that to yourself. Look out for yourself. Give yourself a fighting chance, you know? There we go. Purple eyes. So pretty. I like the purple eyes. Airbreaker says, oh wait, Dragon Fox Star, blackout curtains are the jam if you can get them. Yeah, I should. I've been so, oh gosh, my own hair. I've been so bad about that. But right now, whoosh, focus on ARTFIGHT. Eventually, yeah. I might even rearrange the office if I'm feeling super motivated and try to find a way to not have my window. Not to have my desk near the window, which is like that way. All right, so just remember to wear sunscreen. I read that part. I'd get them talking about the blackout curtains as Heartbreaker up, but I love natural starlight, and that's the other part of it. And I think that's why I hesitate to do it. I also really like sunlight. I think houses that don't have enough natural light feel very dungeony to me. They feel so gloomy. This character needs something around them. We need like, oh gosh, ideas. What ideas do I have? What can we put around this character? We can just outline them. We could do that. We could do a random shape. We could do, I don't want to do a frame, but I do need something that's gonna maybe, oh gosh, I got it. The first thing that comes to mind, because I want to fill in this space here, because I feel like it's very unbalanced. So I'm gonna put like a horizontal strip here. It's gonna go all the way across, so it may not seem like it's gonna balance it, but whatever color, if I pick my color correctly, the color contrast will balance it out, because there will be less of it behind this side and more of it on this side. So that's kind of like my plan right now for a simple way to sort of like just finishing touches for this drawing. Yeah, that could work, says Dragon Fox Star, and Roxy says yes. Oh yeah, and KK looks awesome. Sounds good. Okay, we're all on board. This is what we're doing. This is how we're gonna try to like make this page look final and polished. I don't even know if I'm drawing a straight line, to be honest. Like, I certainly hope so, but sometimes you can't tell until after. Let me stand up. I'm gonna stand up, first of all. That might help. Where's my eraser? You like my eraser? It's really cute. It's a boba tea. I like my eraser. Okay, so let's see. Where have I gone crooked? This dips here, so that's not straight. Let's... Let me try that, erase the other line, and then I'll take a fresh look at it. That came up a little high. I overcorrected. I slightly overcorrected. So we're gonna try to bring that back down a tiny bit. It's kind of hard to tell, which might mean it's not that... It might not, oh gosh, not that pit, not that. I'm gonna go in here with a brush pen. Alright, so I think, hope I didn't mark on the, I think that should do it. I'm not even looking at the bottom. Hopefully the bottom is also straight. It's very much not straight. Yeah, this is way too high. I mean, way too low. I'm eyeballing it. Do you guys eyeball it, or are you the sort to take out a ruler and be like, no, this is gonna be accurate? I cannot stand for it to be inaccurate. Are you a ruler person? Or are you an I can eyeball it, it's close enough person? Or does it depend on the drawing? Does it depend on the drawing? KK says I keep getting ads. You shouldn't be. You should be getting, I mean, you should like once every half an hour, but not any more than that. If you're getting them more frequently than that, I will take a look at my settings to see what I can do about that. And hopefully I'll have some kind of creative control over that. I can't promise anything, but I'll take a look. I'll look at it after stream and we'll figure it out. I use a ruler, says Dragon Fox Star. Use the tools you're given, right? If you have the tools, use them. It's not a bad thing to use a ruler. Artbreaker, I eyeball all the time. I'm big into eyeballing, but I have used a ruler on something. I promise I have. I'm sure of it. There was at least one drawing. I brought out a ruler for this. And see how straight that horizon line is? Yeah, that's actually straight. That's actually a ruler. But this will not be. We're eyeballing it. I think what I should do color-wise too is use this orange that we only get up here and bring it down here, because not only will it contrast well with the green and purple, but it will make this stand out, like it'll look less like a sore thumb. So that's the color. I'm gonna bring this color down here, and if I really wanna get kind of like, if I wanna put in a little bit more effort, I can try to blend it so that it's a gradient. So let's do that. Let's try to make a top-down gradient. Even though the colors are so close together, it may not be visible. I agree, using orange would be smart. Yes, okay, we are on the same page. We're on a roll, let's do this. Both eyeball and ruler says rocks, so it depends on the mood, and KK is definitely a ruler person. They said ruler. And okie dokie, yes, orange, we are doing this, this is happening. And I definitely am feeling a little bit feeling crowded by all of this, so this is gonna go. I'm not gonna put them away, I'm just gonna move them so that they're not like crowding me right now, and we're gonna color this in. So let's start with, I'm gonna put the lighter color on the bottom, so I'm just gonna start over here, because this area is all gonna be bottom, so it's all gonna be this lighter color, so I don't feel bad about starting here. It actually feels like a safe place to just kind of like throw down a flat color and not have to worry about blending yet. Here we go. And that looks nice to me. I think so. I think too, with throwing some color on here, it'll help with like helping her legs not look uncolored, because that way she's not too closely matched with the page behind her. The page behind her has a little bit more color this way. This music is so twangy. It feels so country. I feel like we should be like in a bayou or something. Maybe that's a wrong association, I don't know. I'm not a music buff. But it's just kind of like the first impression for me. I'm like, oh, so country, so bayou. Might be totally wrong. Like I said, not a music buff. I don't know what I'm talking about. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me if I'm misusing any of those words or associations. All right, so here's where I kind of want to start blending. I know the halfway point, like here-ish. And these colors are so close together on the camera. They're kind of like really close together on to the naked eye too right now. Like I'm kind of not really seeing a a strong difference. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if it's actually worth it. And if it's not, oh well. It doesn't take much effort to just switch hands, so I'm not gonna be super upset if the gradient doesn't work. It's fine. But we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna give it its best shot. So we're gonna blend these up and down. And I'm gonna try to fill in some of these. And this is also where, like, remember how earlier I was talking about, like, the way you stroke the color on matters because it's not a fill bucket, like in digital. I'm taking the pen all in the same direction, but if you really wanted to, what I've been learning from other artists, if you really want to get a seamless, kind of like grainless color, you want to do little small circles and really sort of like blend it into itself. But I think I might be okay with just keeping it all sort of like uniform. That might be well enough. I may not need to do the small circular technique, especially for such a large surface area. I think that's asking quite a lot for such a large surface area. KK, no, I gotta go. I'll be back before 11. I'll see you if you're still live. Okay, see you later. I'm gonna try to stay live up until ARTFIGHT closes, which I know is sooner than it seems. It's very soon. So that's something to keep an eye on as I nervously try to color this background strip. Heartbreakers, square dancing at PerryPictures Live. Yeah, that's what I should have said. Square dancing, yes. That is some square dancing music there. I know I was just talking about taking the strokes all in the same direction, and then I am in this section on this side of the staff. I'm going vertically instead of horizontally. Don't hate me. it's fine because the space is much narrower vertically. I mean, horizontally it's much narrower, so vertical strokes make sense. But don't worry, because it's not going to conflict with the horizontal strokes on the other side, I don't think. Obviously, I'm telling you what I think is going to happen. We will see with our own eyes what actually happens, if I'm correct or incorrect. But I think having this as a hard edge between the two will help it from looking mismatched. It kind of melts them together. Yeah, that's the goal. Arbreaker says, a tip for blending that has really helped me is coloring over the two colors with a color that's lighter than both of them. I do agree. I've noticed that when blending, it helps. I mean, with these two colors, they're almost the same color anyway, so I'm not even really seeing a difference, except for like a super, super micro difference. But with colors that there is a little bit more hue difference or variation, doing what you said, the lighter color. So I guess it's not the hue necessarily, but just the brightness. But the lighter one, regardless, the lighter one over top of the dark one. So I lay the dark one down. If I try to blend the dark into the light, it will just color darker on top of the light color. But if you blend the lighter color on top of the dark, then it does, because it starts to lift it, but it can't lift it completely, so you're actually getting like a blended color versus just coloring a dark color over a lighter color, which replaces it, you know, it covers it up. So, great technique. So, if I'm rambling, I'm sorry. I'm trying to color and stream at the same time under like some close time restraints. So, you guys know. You're aware of the circumstance. You know what we're here for. But humor me as I excuse myself for rambling. I just made that beautiful line and then I went out of the line. That's unfortunate. I was like, oh, a beautiful straight line. I did it. I even like turned my arm upside down and stood up to color it. What do I immediately do? I immediately color outside that line. Some things can't be helped though. It's fine. I'm fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. We're fine, right? We're fine. Are we on time? I'm sure it is good. We were at an hour and 45 minutes last time we checked, something like that. Was that true? I think it was close to that. And I do think for sure. So the next challenge for me actually is going to be trying to get a decent picture of this, because that is way harder than it sounds. If I've already drawn for you and submitted a picture of my traditional art piece for your character, I promise you that was not the first photo I took of it. I've taken so many photos of each one of my attacks, trying to get good lighting, trying to get the right angle so that the book doesn't look bent or skewed. It's a whole thing, and I do it with my phone. And the whole way that you're seeing this book right now is from the phone. So what that means is when it's time to submit this, I'm actually gonna have to switch back to the desktop so that we can look at like the ARTFIGHT website while I take the picture, and then we'll submit it together. Normally I would draw on stream and then submit after stream was over so that we can keep drawing, but that's not gonna work today because it's gonna close. ARTFIGHT's gonna close, so I can't just wait until stream's over to submit. We're gonna have to do this live. We're doing it together, the whole thing from start to finish. No skipping steps. It's all gonna happen. So, yeah, and no saving steps for later, because there won't be a later, unfortunately. What do you guys think? Am I missing anything? I feel like maybe with a couple extra pen marks, I could really just make this final. And I think I know what we need. We need the white Jelly Roll pen. And just a couple little things, like we were talking about earlier, to come in here and sort of separate out overlapping articles of the same color. So like this. We can do the little eyeball shine, which always kind of helps the eyes to look wetter and more like alive, more glowy, more shiny. We can put like a little sheen on our apple up here. Like that. And our gemstone up here. These little final touches. My favorite part of not traditional art, of digital art, is the highlights. I love doing highlights. It's like the last step. It's when you really see the whole piece come together. It helps make everything pop. Highlights are my favorite part. They might be super subtle. They might be small. It might not take up a whole lot of space, but it can look really good. And it can go a long way. Little highlights can still go a long way. I do need a little bit of purple to color that back in, because I did smear a little bit of the white out, a little bit of the jelly pen here. So I might want to just clean that mark up slightly. And then same with the line art, so the gel pen isn't showing over the line art. These are the small, like, final touches that I do to almost every piece. Whoa, that gem looks so good, says Cam. Thank you. I'm glad. Those are the goals, right? Like, that's what we want. We want it to look really good. And then we can, like, try to, like, mark a little bit over this red pencil up here. I'm not sure that you can see that on the stream, but there's a little bit of, like, the leftover red pencil up there. We could also do, to help this look less flat, is we can come in here and just kind of add a couple shapes. We're gonna add a triangle here, a diamond, and we can, like, even do the little shine. And then here we can do, like, this little line here. We can add some dots. How about a circle up here? Is freehanding a circle? Who doesn't love to just freehand a circle? Couple more dots. And then we can do like, what's another shape? A square? Squares just kind of look like diamonds sometimes too, but we'll add a square. And we'll do the same thing again, the little box shapes. We'll continue the motif with like the little dots. We'll do a triangle that stands up this way. Some more dots. Try to keep my dot shape consistent, so let me beef these ones up a little bit. What do you guys think? Do you do this sometimes with your drawings? Just seems a little too flat, so you want to add a little bit of detail in there. Hello, Raincoats, dropping by for a second. Gonna have to immediately leave because I have plans, but that looks great. Thank you so much for stopping by and appreciate the compliment. Thank you. I appreciate you made the time to even pop in and leave a quick comment. That's so nice. Good idea, Ray of Colors. What did Ray of Colors suggest? Going outside and putting it in the sun always works for me. Is this for traditional art? To get a good photo. Yeah, that is a good idea, actually, because natural lighting is so good for photos. I think what we need to do, we're gonna add another circle just right here with, of course, some more dots. And then I'm just gonna add a couple more shapes here and there, and then we're gonna move on to taking this photo. And I don't know, if there's more time left, we might do like a quick sketch. Just pick another person and do a quick sketch. We'll figure that out. Love the backgrounds with Cam. Awesome, yes. And Rox says, yes, I do that too. Rox, are you talking about the sun thing? Or are you talking about the background or just adding a little more detail so that the colors don't look flat? Because I think that's what I asked. It was definitely a question I asked. We did not do another diamond. Let's do another diamond. I think that could look really nice right here. And then, of course, a couple of dots. Because it's not the same without dots. I'm gonna add a dot here and one up here because I feel like the top row is looking a little unbusy, and we want to busy that up. Then we're gonna come over here. I think we will do like a little square here at the bottom in this space. And of course, a couple of dots. And I'm gonna rotate the book because I don't want to smear. I'm left-handed, folks. If I draw left to right the way we write, I will smear. Also, I think maybe we write left to right because most people are right-handed. And if they write left to right, they don't smear anything. So maybe that's the reason, but then all us lefties always have the messy handwriting because we're smearing it across the page. Oh, the drama of being left-handed, right? How many lefties do we have in chat? Are you left-handed or right-handed? Let us know. And then let's do one more of these here. We'll do another circle. And another diamond. Sure. Why not? Why not another diamond? We like diamonds. Who doesn't like diamonds? And our dots. And I think that really should put us in a good spot with this drawing. That space feels a little empty, but it's okay. We don't want to smush our shapes that close together, so we'll just do that. All right, I think that's pretty good. I hope so. As this is drying, I feel like it's kind of turning less white and more yellow on the orange backgrounds, but that's okay. And it might just be the super orange is making it orange, the top orange, because I'm seeing it mostly here at the top and less at the bottom on the salmon color. So that might also just be the blending showing through. So good, says Rox. Looks great, says Rave Color. Thank you both. Artbreaker, I used to be left-handed as a kid, but my left hand got really badly injured and I had to train myself to use my other hand. And now you can't use your left hand for anything. Wow. Love the diamond, says Rox. Thank you. Man, wow, that's unfortunate. I'm so sorry that you went through that and that you had such a bad injury. That sounds brutal. I hope you're okay now. I hope there's no like long-standing like residual impacts from that. Will there be a new stream schedule, says Cam? There will be, but I won't be coming out with it today. It'll probably be a couple days before I put that together. 1 hour and 15 minutes, says Cam. Okay. So let's switch screens real quick so I can get a picture of our beautiful character here. We're gonna switch over to this one. I know the little chat box is empty right above my character's head. I didn't have time to set that up. Like I said, everything's been kind of a little bit of a rush. Ow, I just closed that on my finger. That didn't feel good. But I think we'll be okay because we have the live chat and the live chat replay will still be there. So we'll be okay. I'm gonna take this picture, and like having this little ring light here, it does help, so I don't have to take it all the way outside to take the picture, but you know, it might take me a couple tries, so bear with me. Is Artbreaker the only lefty, the only other, at least was a lefty in chat, or is it just me and Artbreaker here? And it's okay to be right-handed. I'm not saying like lefties or righties are better than anybody else. That's not the message. So I hope nobody's thinking that I'm sending a message because I'm not. Just trying to take a picture of this drawing so that I can submit it. And I hope it's a good one. So I just took 3. I'm gonna look through them real quick. And then hopefully one of them will be clear and not shaky. Because sometimes too, even if the lighting is good, I notice that the picture's still kind of blurry. It's not very crisp. So I always try to like look and see like, was my hand steady? Did I take a clean photo, or is there like little blurry parts of it? The third photo is definitely blurry. My hand definitely shook on that. So we're gonna delete that one. It's between the second and third photo. Artbreaker, LOL, glad to be in the former lefty club. Well, glad to have you. It's good, LOL. I have a really cool scar and story also. Scars do make for great stories. I think I might go with this picture. Yep, I think I found the picture I'm using, so now I just gotta rotate it, crop it, and then we're gonna upload it and see how it looks. Cropping. This song was used. I love this song. This song just gives such good like Halloween vibes. And do you have you seen Hocus Pocus? I feel like this is such a Hocus Pocus song. I get such Hocus Pocus vibes from this. I love it. I think it sounds great. Okay, so the other thing too I notice when I'm doing these photos is that the color vibrancy is way too low when I take the photos. For some reason, the photos like wash out the picture really badly, and I don't like that. So I do try to like bump the brightness in the phone with the picture before I submit it. My orange ribbon in the background is definitely crooked. I can see it now on the phone, but that's okay. We can live with it. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, well, last thing is to look at, I guess, brightness or highlights and make sure that the page doesn't look too dull, because I don't want the page to look dull either. Camry, never heard of Hocus Pocus. Gotta check that out. I hope I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. Let me know. Rocks, I love Hocus Pocus. Can't wait for Fall and Halloween. I love Fall and Halloween. And yeah, Artbreaker, big love for Hocus Pocus. Me too. It is a classic. If you were serious, Cam, that you've never seen it, I do recommend it. And you can see that everybody else that's seen it is saying it's super good. It's a classic for a reason. A very good movie. All right, so I'm gonna submit this now. I finished editing the photo. It's time to go into ARTFIGHT, and we are going to submit here. So the first thing I need to do is take a look at our character ID number, and we're gonna do that here. And I'm going to submit from the phone. So you're not going to see the submission process on the phone, but I will show it on the screen right after I get it from the phone to the screen. I'm just going to call this one Revenge at Last. And we're going to upload this photo. All right. And here's the part where we put it in. So character ID number, body, full body, check. Username, lith entity. Did the music just stop? I feel like it did. I don't trust it. I clicked away. To open this up, I clicked away from the music, and I bet you it stopped playing. It did. How rude. Is Hocus Pocus an American thing? Probably, since Disney produced it. I think I live under a rock, says Cam. Yeah, it is. It's a Disney. Pretty sure it is Disney. I think you're right. It could be an American thing. I don't know, but it's definitely worth watching even if you're not an American. I'm going to submit this without filling in like the description because I feel like it'd be way easier to type it on the computer and you guys can watch me do that so that you're not staring at just a reference and a list of music. I want to get the stream back to being interactive as quickly as possible. So we're gonna do that. Confirm attack details. And no, don't confirm this. I forgot to click find revengeable attacks. Find revengeable attacks. There we go. Whoosh, that was close. I almost did not do that. That would have been sad. And submitted. Okay. It allowed me to submit it. It only like hesitated for a split second, which is good news. So here we are. We have the attack submitted to screen or to the, and we're gonna come in here. See, I didn't write anything, so let's go ahead and write something here. Love the character and the backstory. I hope she's able to lift her curse. Always a fan of D&D OCs. Was a pleasure. Oh gosh, that's way too many P's. Pleasure to draw. Thanks again for the attack on my Dragonborn. I enjoyed drawing your revenge. And we're going to find my mouse and submit it. And then the trick becomes, oh my gosh, why is there 8? Why is there 8? Why? Okay, at least it's a notification. I've been pinged by KK. KK, should we check it out? KK's in the chat. Thanks on this. And what I had written to them was, welcome to ARTFIGHT. And I wasn't the only one. Check it out, Dragon Fox Star. Welcome to ARTFIGHT, KK. We are so happy to have you join us. And it's never too late. Even though it's the last day and you're probably not going to have a chance to update your profile, you can still work on it between now and next year and have it ready for next year's ARTFIGHT. And since we have, how much time do we have left? Let's go to the ARTFIGHT homepage and check out that time countdown timer. We have 1 hour and 8 minutes. We might be able, a big might, but we might be able to do another attack. So let's go to my attacks list. And we just did this one. So I'm gonna take this off my list. This is how I keep track of who I owe revenge to. And then we have mass attack, and then this last minute sketch from Nanura of my character Morticia, who I made a video about. This was like this was the one character, my one character that I updated last year, because I try to update at least one character reference sheet each year. This was last year's. So we are going to try and draw a sketch in less than an hour. because we have an hour and 8 minutes. It's gonna take at least the last 8 minutes to take the picture and submit. So we have 1 hour, folks, to revenge. 1 hour to revenge. Let's go to characters. And let's pick one out for a revenge. Let me know. Let's see. What do we think? What do we think? I'm also trying to think, like, in picking this, I'm trying to think about the time limit, the 1 hour time limit. I don't want to pick something too complicated. This character is not complicated. They seem rather straightforward. Cute outfit. I love the turtleneck. Also cute with the cardigan. What's the story here? She, her, hetero, birthday, 2001. Oh my gosh, people born in the 2000s, you guys are so young. Mainly living in Stardew Valley, hops through time and space. It's a Stardew Valley OC. That's super cute. This music was perfectly timed for that. I do like this. It is a cute character. I like that it's Stardew Valley. I am going to have to reattach my phone camera. So let me do that real quick so you guys can see my desk again. Where is that app? There we go. So let's do this. And I'm gonna have to come over here. Great, it worked. Okay, perfect. So give me a second to get that on and we will switch screens so that you can look at it. Hook that sucker back up. Slide it back over. I also like this song. Actually, I should like all of these songs because they're in my playlist. So they're in my starred songs that I like. So one would hope that I like the songs that are in my starred playlist. We are back. We have the sketchbook set back up. We are ready to draw a cute little Stardew Valley OC. So let's make it happen. Artbreaker, also born in 2001. You guys, you're so young. Definitely take care of your health. That sunscreen advice, good advice. I bet you are gonna be so healthy when you get older because you're already taking care of yourself now. This is really smart. A really good thing to do. Definitely give yourself a chance. All right, so let's flip this page. I'm gonna put the eraser there because it's kind of heavy and it works really well as like a paperweight. Shake this out. Try to get all the cat hair off the desk. I am forever surrounded by cat hair. That's what happens when you have 3 cats. And new page. It is new page time. Hello, Pelver Pup. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. You were at work and missing the end of Art Fight. That's a bummer. And I'm sorry that you had to work today of all days. This on the day of my daughter's wedding. Just kidding. I don't even know that reference. I think it's like The Godfather or something. Man, 1 hour. Probably less. I've been talking for a while. Let's make this happen. Stardew Valley character. Man. What is iconic for Stardew Valley? What can I draw? I don't want to draw like a little pixel character. I want to draw her the way the reference did. She's like got detail and stuff. So I think I'm gonna hit Pinterest stuff for a second. 1 hour and 4 minutes. Thank you for the time check. Time check, 1 hour, 4 minutes. The goal here is to do this in less than an hour because I want to have more than 4 minutes to get it picture taken and uploaded. So what I'm doing right now, you're hearing the scroll wheel. I can switch over. You guys can see what I'm doing. I am looking at references. I'm going through my Pinterest board, and I believe if you're interested in also checking out my Pinterest board that it should be linked in the description of my stream. But basically I just have this Pinterest board with all these poses and references. This one would be cute, like we did something like this, but instead of holding paper, she could be holding flowers or something very Stardew Valley-ish. That might be really cute. Oh no, I lost it. I backed out and it took me back to the top of the list. I wasn't expecting that. We're gonna scroll again. And what else do we got? And again, simplicity is best for time's sake. I don't want something so complicated that I'm gonna be like overcorrecting the sketch and not get to line art or something. I don't play Stardew Valley, says Artbreaker. Fishing! I think fishing is a part of Stardew Valley. I don't play it either, but my husband played it quite a lot. He's a big fan. So maybe a good fishing reference. Maybe I could just... Ooh, it's so risky to do like a live search because you never know what's going to pop up. But let's see. Draw... First of all, draw fishing poses. Please keep it clean. Don't draw something... Don't come up with something crazy. Man. Interesting. Nothing that jumps out at me immediately, though. Because I want it to be cute, you know? This is cute. I wonder if there's other examples that are similar, that are cute, but not exactly this. Tama, hello, Tama Citrus. How have you enjoyed doing traditional art the last month? Perry, it has been amazing. I was very nervous going into ARTFIGHT doing something like this, especially when I felt like the expectation was that people would be getting my level of digital art quality that I was used to, and then to be like, no, I'm gonna experiment and learn something new. Felt risky, but I do feel like it paid off, and I'm very happy with the experience. Thank you for asking. Airbreaker, I hear a lot about fishing on there on Stardew Valley. I'm still looking for the right pose. I know this is not fishing, okay, but hear me out. What if she was reeling in a fish and like the fishing pole, the line had, because I like this pose, I like this expression. What if the fishing line was like really like pulling, like bending, like she's trying really hard to reel it in and she's holding it out like that, like it's really just kind of being like pulled away from her. I feel like that's what I'm doing. We're going with that. We don't have time. There's no time for this. We're not gonna waste time debating this. We're gonna draw it. Cute fishing poses and Animal Crossing. Yeah, those two would probably go really well together too. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Is the page clean? I feel like I'm starting to see like sunspots from this light. Let me bend it down a little bit and maybe even move it to the side. Because, whoosh, my eyes are starting to see sunspots. So that was aimed a little bit too much at my face. Let's see, okay, so for this fishing pose to work, I need, okay, we're gonna put her head way over here, and then the line of action, the body needs to go like this. And then I need the feet to be kind of wide set, because she's bracing herself. So we want this. Okay, and then so here's kind of our body. Are you guys able to see this? Kind of, slightly, but I gotta draw lightly. Because I might need to change something. We're discovering the proportions, we're discovering the pose, we're discovering like if she's got the arm out like this. And this one is kind of coming out to meet it. And the hands meet here, and the fishing pole is kind of like, I'm gonna have to pull up a second reference just for a fishing pole, but I feel like we need it to bend. It needs to bend like it's really straining and it's really being bent, like here. And I think now I need a fishing pole. I need a fishing pole reference image as well. Let's grab one. Draw fishing rod. Fishing pole. Man, what does that look like? All right, in its simplest terms, okay, I think I got it. All right, so we need this to have, like, it's gotta have like a little reel thing here for the rod. Okay, and the line kind of comes up through these loops. Oops, I need that line to actually go through the loop, so let's put the loops on first. And then it's gonna be bending really, really hard into the water. So we need this to like really, really come down hard into the water. And then we're just gonna kind of like Which also begs the question, is she standing in the water? Oh man, I'm not sure I did that greatly, but we're gonna keep moving. Hi KK, I'm back. How'd the last drawing turn out? I personally love it. I don't know about you guys, but there's the last one. I think it came out so good. Really happy with the outcome. This year's art fight was an absolute slam dunk, says Pilfer. Yes, and your animation was incredible. You had an idea, you committed to it, you followed through. It looked amazing. The animations are so fluid. Your characters, it always blows my mind, Pilfer, how fluid and natural the poses and the movements and the body language of your art is, because it's such a, I don't know, it feels like, for me, it doesn't come natural. It's not natural. My characters can look very stiff if I'm not super careful about it, if I'm not using like good references. So the way that you work always blows my mind. I'm always impressed. Thank you. Means a lot, says Pilfer. KK, ooh, it looks amazing. Thank you. I'm glad you like how the previous one worked out. Let's try and do something similar, something really good with this one. And I think for that, what I might want to do is pull back up my character reference sheet, because I kind of need to look at that. So let's see both the character reference and the pose reference. I need them both. So here we go. I do like that the head on the character and even the original poses is kind of a little bit large for the body, like a little cartoony. And I think that works well with this pose. We want the character to still have that cute turtleneck sweater. So we're gonna bring this down here. And I might even billow it out just slightly to give it kind of like this like gathered edge down here. And then we're gonna bunch it a little bit here because the back is bending. So we're gonna want that sort of like, you know, the fabric folds here. And it's gonna come around, and then the sleeve, of course. We're gonna need this shoulder. Oh, wait. I did not define where the hands were well enough to do that. So let's take a step back. I think I went too fast, too far, or too far, too fast. We're gonna have to reel it back a little bit. Get it? Reel? Because it's fishing. Oh, am I punny? I don't know. I think I'm punny. You guys can think what you want. Cute fishing pose, by the way, says Pilfer. Yes, I'm trying. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do here is just kind of like, I don't know, find the thing here, and then I'm gonna assume the way this is gonna work is she's gonna be holding on to this lever here, like for dear life. This wrist is kind of bent in an arcward way. The fishing blind's being pulled away from her. We can see kind of like the twisting of the wrist here. In the way the sleeve is kind of twisting too. I could be wrong about how I'm choosing to draw this, but this is how I'm choosing to do it, and hopefully it looks at least relatively plausible. All right, so fishing line or fishing rod. We're keeping it simple. We're not going for something super technical. Just a nice, simple grip. The actual spool that reels it in. There's like a little lever here that she's probably clinging to. We'll even make it a little more 3D. We'll pop out like this edge, like we can see this side a little bit, which means we're going to want to see this side of the fishing pole as well a little bit. And then the rod would also kind of continue up here, and out of this comes the actual fishing rod, like this. And that bends like we did already. We already bent it around. And I'm just kind of like reinforcing those marks, sort of darkening the line a little bit so that it's a little bit more committed to the line. It's a little bit more obvious. And then I'm going to come back in here and remake the little hoops for the line to go through. And I don't want one here. So far, so good. What do you guys think? Have I completely, is my rushing doing me a disservice at this point, or are we good? So we've got the line kind of like it's pulling here in between all of these, and then it plummets. Right here. I think that's good for the fishing rod. I don't think we need to go much harder on that. I don't think it needs 50 minutes. Yeah, Cam's right, 50 minutes. We definitely don't need to go any harder on this fishing rod. The fishing rod is already what it is. That said, this gotta follow the line of action here, and I went too wide with that sweater bit, so we're gonna tighten that up a little bit to find the line of action again here. Because again, we want the shoulders to kind of go like this, and we do want our turtleneck as well. We're not going to forget about that. I think the music stopped again. It probably did, right? Because I brought up a bunch of references, so of course the music stops. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? That's just how this works. Okay. We've resolved that. It is time to 10 minutes, Pilfer. How dare you? Trying to give me a heart attack? What is wrong with you? You can't just come out of nowhere with a 10-minute warning. Pilfer. My goodness. The gall. The risk. The cruelty. If you can't prank your friends, who can you prank, though? I say, even though I don't have a prank-related bone in my body. All right, here I think I'm getting somewhere. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, so now we're gonna bring this down. And again, the goal here was not to create like a diaper. Jesus, Jiminy Christmas, sorry. We don't want that. We just want it to look like she's got a really wide stance. So this is kind of gonna come up like this. And I think it's too wide. That's what I think. I think it's dramatic. It's probably too wide. So let's, I don't know. Let's redraw it and see what we get the second time. Your bones don't prank, they only break, says Pilfer. Yeah, that might be why I don't have a prank bone in the body. I mean, I'm fine with going along with this logic. That's fine by me. I'm not going to contest it. All right. So I do feel like in this reference, well, in one of them, she's kind of wearing more straight leg jeans, but in another one, I feel like we could make the argument that she's wearing wider leg jeans. In the one by the campfire, she's kind of got baggier pants on. So I think it's okay if we go. She wears multiple outfits in the references, so I think it's okay to be a little bit more open to switching it up a little bit. So, this foot forward. Like this. And this one, I feel like should go kind of like directly to the side. And with that, I believe we have most of her done. We just need a head and some hair maybe and a face, right? Maybe, might need a face, just maybe. We Hair Monkeys, hello and welcome to the stream. I'll have to post the one attack I planned next year. I didn't do Art Fight because everything went so crazy this month. I'm sorry to hear that things have been crazy, but I hope they have calmed down for you, at least somewhat would be great. Hopefully it's not too nuts. And if it is, hopefully it settles down soon and that you're not still dealing with that more long-term than a month has already been. All right, so here we have ourselves a turtleneck, kind of. And the face, so the way the face is kind of in the drawing is it's not really facing the water. She's kind of pulling away from it. And I think it's because she's truly, truly leaning. Like she's leaning, she's putting her body weight behind, trying to reel this fish in. Even though she's not reeling a fish in the reference, she's like holding a sword and she looks a little bit scared of her own sword. In our case, for our sake, the way we're using this, she's very much definitely using her weight, putting her whole body is leaning back to try and pull up this fish. So we're going to do that. Pilfer, We Hair Monkeys, is it because of all the monkeys you hired? Well done indeed. In my case, I break a lot more bones. Yeesh. Whoosh. That took a dark turn. I wasn't expecting that. Also, We Hair Monkeys, you might be on a lag. You might need to refresh the stream because we talked about breaking bones a little while ago. It's been a minute since we talked about that. So I think you might be a little bit slightly delayed. Okay, so hair-wise, looking at the references, it looks like almost every time she has half up, half down. And our music has stopped again, so I'm going to come back in here and start it over. There we go. Cam must be a big fish. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she is luring in a really big fish. And also, I'm not gonna have the water end here because we've got to assume she's like standing on a pier or something. So we're gonna like bring the line down just a little bit further, like really bring it down. All right, so half up, half down hair. Okay, and it looks like she's kind of got. I know I literally just stopped talking in the mid-sentence, but I was like, thinking of her hairline. She's kind of doesn't have a widow's peak. She just kind of like, the hair just kind of comes together in this sort of like curly formation. No widow's peak involved, so we're not gonna give her much of a peak. Just this natural little hairline that we've got going on here. And we're gonna try to just keep coming up into this half up, half down hairdo. This one section right here did not go with the rest of the crane, so we're gonna get rid of that one area. And we're gonna come in here, we're gonna kind of like bring it back like that. There we go. And then there are little baby hairs to kind of soften the look around the face. Cam, oh, I already read that part. Yep. Okay, gosh, I know we are like down to the wire. I'll add the little baby hairs. Actually, not always. They don't always have the little baby hairs. But what we can do is like add kind of like a large size hair bun up here. Like this, because there's like a lot of volume. And then the rest of the hair kind of just comes out like this. And there we go. And it's got a little bit of a wave to it. Like that. Camera says, imagine she pulls it out of the water and it's just a little guy. Aw, I feel like that's happened to me so many times in Animal Crossing. Like, legitimately, Animal Crossing will fake you out like that. They will have you reeling in what you think is a big fish, only for it to turn into like a little guppy. It can be a real sweet bait and switch, get it? Bait and switch, like fishing. I wonder if that's why we even have that phrase, because of like, you think you're pulling in a big fish and it's a little fish. I wonder if that's like actually it. Does anybody know if that's where that saying comes from, bait and switch? Does it have anything to do with fishing? Is it a fishing reference? Is it about thinking you're reeling in a big fish and you don't? You reel in like a little fish? Man, I'm so curious now. I actually genuinely would like to know. It's such an interesting... I think it's an interesting question. I would love to know the answer to that one. All right, I know we haven't drawn a face yet, but I'm gonna start in with the inks just because I'm worried about the time. Man, like I'm really worried about the time. How much is left? Whew, 41 minutes. Okay, I think we're actually doing pretty good. I was worried, but actually 41 minutes doesn't sound so bad. She does have earrings. She wears hoops. Oosh, that's not the right pencil. So let's give her some nice big hoop earrings, some really pretty ones. We'll make them like, we'll put it here. So there we have the ear. Yes, I think, yes, I like this. Let's keep going. Imagine she goes out of the water, it's just a guy. No, you mean a guy. You wrote a guy in a fish's costume. I thought you meant like a little guy, like a little fish. A well-fed, a very well-fed guy in a fish costume. Well, that would be bizarre. I would not know what to do. I would think I was, for sure, I was like thinking, I would think I was being pranked. Like, where are the cameras? Do I need to sign a release form? Because this definitely does not seem natural. Definitely feels like a setup. That's what I would say. Alright, so and then we have the earring on this side. I'm gonna start on the right and move my way to the left so that I'm not smearing with my hand. I know I kind of already set myself up there, but we're gonna try. Oh gosh, drawing a straight line. Whew, drawing a long straight line. This is gonna be hard. This is gonna be really hard. This is gonna be hard. Okay. 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 Am I doing it? Whew, it's close enough, right? Like, that's pretty straight. I'm probably gonna ruin it by trying to come through here and make it like straighter, because then I'm just gonna make it thicker in some places where it shouldn't be. Okay, I'll take it. Before I ruin it, I'll take it. We're gonna come back in here like before, and we're just gonna recreate the pole, the hooks, the whole fishing rod. That's the plan. And I'm really gonna try hard not to smear the face, which is now under my hand. I know about the paper trick, by the way. I know that you can like stick a piece of paper between you and the drawing so you don't smear it, but like I'm trying to save time here. I'm trying to be fast. I'm trying to expedite. We're not trying to be smart, we're trying to be quick. Okay, I think it survived. I think it's fine. It does not look, oh gosh, I felt that one. It stuck a little bit to my hand. We Hear Monkeys, then canned laughter plays from a neighboring fisherman's portable radio. I love how the lore just keeps expanding. I'll have to let, when I post this, I'll have to let them know that we streamed it so that they can come check it out if they want to and catch all this lore that you created live. Okay, so we're gonna pull this. Oh, shoot, I immediately messed up. Okay, it's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Here we go. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Faster than I thought. This might be the fastest, like no kidding. This might be the fastest attack I have drawn all Art Fight season long. Because I do not think I was like moving this quickly on any other attack this year. All right, so we're gonna come in here and we're gonna draw ourselves like the spool for this fishing rod. I don't even know, like, should the... It's fine. I don't want to go too far. It's fine. Everything's fine. Can you guys still see this? I'm moving it around a lot. Phil, for all your ink marker work this month has looked so beautiful and clean. Thank you so much. And Cam, thank you for the timer. 35 minutes. I feel like we can... This is good. I mean, I don't have a lot of... Like, 35 minutes is not a lot of time. Especially since I need to remember that submitting takes time, too. That it's not just when I put the pencil down, but when I submit that I'm really in the clear. But I feel like it's possible. We can finish this in 35 minutes. So let's not give up. Okay. And it was a little shaky, so I just wanted to come back in with a little bit of a firmer hand and like lay the line in a little bit tougher. It doesn't always need to be like a really thick line, but when I make them really shaky, sometimes even if I wanted a thin line, I'll come back in and make it thicker. Just don't you dare pilfer. Cam meant 3 to 5 minutes. You've got 4 minutes. You're a bad influence. Here we go. Okay. Whoosh. Goodness gracious. All right, I just gotta keep going. We're on a limit. We're on a timer. We're on a time limit. Ugh. Just please don't be shaky hands. Please don't be shaky. I don't want to make the stripes of this sweater thick, so I really don't want shaky hands here. Especially here. They're gonna be shaky anyway. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to live with that. Is anybody else feeling the pressure or just me? Because I'm feeling so much pressure right now. Don't encourage him, Cam. Don't encourage Pilfer. His shenanigans. They don't need encouragement. Alright. Alright. I know I just said alright, I'll say it again. And I'll say it again too. Not the last one. It might be the last one, I don't know. But I make no promises. I might say it. It might come out again. What was it? I think it was, it might have been Artbreaker was saying earlier today how they don't, like, drawing shoes is hard, and they don't really love drawing shoes, and they have kind of like 2 types of shoes they default to when they draw shoes. Hello, Sticky Arts! You need to upload your attacks. Go, 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 go! You have T-minus 35 minutes. It's a race to the finish line for sure. We are in that final countdown. We are in the under an hour final countdown. Okay. right? Shake it off. Gotta shake it off. I haven't stretched my hands. Gotta shake it off. Heartbreaker, woof. I was AFK for a while, but you've come so far since I left. It's looking good. Thank you. Yeah, it's gotta be quick. There is no time to waste, that's for sure. Okay. And I want to get the bun kind of exactly how I have it in the sketch, because I actually really like this. I think the shapes came out so nice. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to, draw the rest of the hair. And then we got to give her an expression. And if I'm feeling super risky, I will try to put a splash of color on this before the timer runs completely out. Oh gosh, okay, so now I need to... Hey Rich, how's it going? I'm still streaming. We need to give her a face. We need to give her a face. She's a super cutie patootie. She's got super cutie patootie eyes. They've got like this beautiful winged eyeliner look. Oh gosh, hang on a second. Alright. Heartbreaker. Oh, I read that part, yes. And KK says hello, Sticky, by the way. Cute little button nose. I will kind of just, I think I'm just gonna literally like make it like a little button nose. And then just a slight line to kind of indicate the bridge. And then because she's kind of like working really hard to reel this one in, we're gonna give her raised brows. Like it's really an effort. And then of course the eyes need to be looking this direction. Expression wise, I think we're gonna kind of, right, I had picked out. There we go. I'm committing to it. I like it. We're going for it. This is what we're going with. 30 minutes left, KK says. Half an hour, Cam warns. We are Mikey's chat appears to be broken and not displaying for me. I'm so sorry to hear that. All I can suggest is refreshing the screen and hopefully that will fix it for you. I cannot believe there's only 30 minutes left. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. My face looks like her face right now. Like, oh gosh. Oh no, can I do this? That's the face. This is the face of can I do this? And I feel it. I relate. This is hashtag relatable. Her expression is. Alright, we're gonna rotate some more because I just need it. Guys, I just need it. I just need to rotate. Like, no other reason. Just, it would help me a lot if this was rotated, so we're rotating it. Whew. What do you think? How did we do? How are we feeling about this? Color-wise, I feel like we're just gonna go for a couple splashes of color. We're gonna try to keep this really, really simple. And I'm gonna try to use the colors that we actually used in the last one where it makes sense to. So walnut for the hair. We can use salmon for the shirt. And we can use warm gray 70 for the pants. And a darker gray we'll do, that wasn't warm gray 70, what did I grab? That was warm gray 70. Oh, blue gray. Blue gray 170 is the darker one. We'll use that for the shoes. Oh, and we need something for the earrings. We'll do the salmon and actually yellow and orange. I'll grab a yellow for that because the gold earrings gotta be gold, you know. All right, let's make this happen. You can do it, we believe in you, says Cam. Thank you so much, I appreciate the vote of confidence. I'm gonna start with the yellow earrings. Or sorry, excuse me, the gold earrings. Let's do that. Get that on there, and then just to really give it that extra touch of gold. We want it to look like it's reflecting. So a little reflective sheen. There we go. And now what did I say? Salmon is for, we didn't pick a skin tone. That's fine. If there's time, we'll come back. But walnut for the hair, salmon for the shirt. Start with the walnut for the hair. What color are the eyes? The eyes are like a green-gray. All right, so let's do this. We got this, guys. We got it, right? Like, it's a done deal. We know what we're doing. We can make this happen. It's fine. Everything is fine. This is totally doable. Nobody should be panicking. I'm not panicking. Are you panicking? Definitely not panicking. That's not what this is. Me talking like this is not panicking. This is not internal panicking. This might be just like external panicking. There might be a little bit of external panicking happening, but you know, not internal panicking. I would never, you know. Okay, yeah. I think that's good. We'll just, and then we'll do the same thing down here. I'm just using the wider nib and hoping that I stay within the lines. And if I don't, it's gonna be a vibe. So that's how I'm kind of looking at this right now. Okay, maybe that'll work. Hope so, because that's what we're going with. Just a little bit of sheen there. And for this top bit, I think I'm gonna switch nibs here. Seems worth it to just kind of like come in here for a little bit of detailed work right up here at the hairline, right surrounding the face, kind of important, the face. So we want to give it a little bit more attention and take fewer risks with the face. You know, words of wisdom. Possibly not, possibly meaningless, but you know, we will say what we must as we try to convince ourselves we're moving faster, even though I'm probably not moving faster. What is my time? 25 minutes, Cam says. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to the wide nib. Back to the wide nib and just kind of like, you know, chucking in colors here. We're just gonna chuck in a little bit of color here. And yeah, that's what's happening here. I don't think we're shading, guys. We're not gonna be shading. This is not gonna have, there's no time for shading. Like, shading would be a huge risk of not posting is what shading would be, and we don't want that. We want to post. We want this person to get their revenge attack, so we're gonna make this happen very carefully. So there's that. There's the shirt. Done. Time for pants. Let's give her some pants. Circular motion that we talked about earlier. Woo, I'm going so fast, you guys, aren't I? Let me deceive myself here for a moment. This is fast. I promise. This is faster than normal anyway. Is it fast enough is the biggest question of all. We're gonna find out. So let's just keep going. Okay. This music is way too hyped. It sounds like a victory waltz, and I'm not waltzing. I am like losing my mind. Where did I put the darker marker? Here we go. For the shoes. Am I at the 10-minute mark? That's when I really need to be scared. I don't know why I thought coloring her shoes was more important than coloring her face. That's Probably error in judgment on my part. And we don't even have a color for this fishing rod. What? No. No. That's gotta change. We're gonna do this. Like I said, we're using the colors we have on us. We don't have time to go color picking. We're not color picking. We're using what's in front of our faces. That's what's happening. And we're gonna be happy about it. We're gonna pick the colors we have and we're gonna love it. That's how this works. Oh, as I fumble with every color on the desk. I feel like the spool would be gray. I feel like that's a pretty typical standard spool color for this. What's my time? 2 minutes, you liar! What is it really? Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared to find out. What is it really? 21 minutes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Eyes are grayish green. We're just gonna have to settle for gray because I'm really trying to hurry. Eyebrows should match the hair. And then skin tone, we're gonna just pick one. It's gonna be close. And actually, didn't I have honey out? Honey would work. And I love the honey color. I think the honey color is so pretty. Okay, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be honey. Okay, here we go. A little colorless blender to try to blend that out. I don't know if this is going to benefit me in any way. Oh, her hand. Alright, now I think we're ready to take our picture, which means I now have to, oh my gosh, that does not look good. You guys have to tell me these things. We're gonna go with, oh my goodness. I don't have time. I'm just gonna trust, I'm gonna trust this. I'm gonna trust this color. I think that was a safe choice. Okay. We're gonna submit this. So I'm gonna switch screens and you guys can kind of look at, you can kind of, don't forget the hand. Oh yeah, I gotta remember the hand. You can look at my reference and the creator's reference. So like my pose reference and the creator's reference. And I'm gonna have to take my phone off the stand and stop streaming it so that I can take this photo. And hope that it looks good. So let's do this. All right, camera. Yeah, that looked good. Okay, I think that is fairly, oh no, you can't just take one picture. You gotta at least try two. Gotta fix the lighting. Hope that the lighting is doing us favors and not a disfavor. And now I will check it. Okay. I think this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go with this picture. It looks good. You've got time, 18 minutes, okay. Oh man, with 18 minutes. Humor me, you guys. Stay right where you are. Don't freak out, don't go anywhere. But I'm gonna do something off screen. I'm gonna be right back. Right back. Just bear with me. I think this is gonna be worth it. I'm actually gonna, I need to go so towards this camera because I'm gonna unmute myself so you guys can hear. I'm pretty sure you can hear the marker. So you can kind of hear what I'm doing. I wonder if you guys can guess what I'm doing. What do you think I'm doing? What do you think is the last final touch that I'm adding to this drawing before I take this picture? Tired. We are monkeys is tired. I'm also tired. I think it might collapse after I submit this drawing. Oh gosh, 15 minutes and 24 seconds. Gotta finish what I'm doing quickly and hope the website does not come crashing down in the last few minutes from everybody doing the same thing. This is like the risk I feel like I'm taking right now. Any guesses? What do you think my final touch is? And it's not a signature. White gel pen art breaker guesses. That would be a great one, but I'm not gonna focus on this like little highlights and details right now. I needed something a little bit more impactful. And outline says calico. Calico, you'd be correct. What color do you remember what the drawing looked like? What color do you think I would use for this outline? I'll show you in a minute. I will reveal it. But because I need the camera ready to take the picture, I'm not streaming drawing the outline. But I would like to hear what you guys think. What color do you suspect I used for the outline? Let me know what you think. It also kind of tells me what you think would look good, because that way I would it lets me know what you guys think looks good with this. Come on, focus camera, focus. Okay. Brown, yellow, fish colors, says Camry. Thank you note. I will do the notes. Wait, somebody's doing thank you notes? Or was that a question? I'm curious. Let me know, because I would like to know what that meant. All right. And nobody's guessed the color yet. It's not yellow, it's not brown. It's not, I didn't do the white gel pen thing. I would love to with a little more time, but I think I'm cutting it kind of close. So I'm not gonna like really take that risk. Green. Cyan would look nice, says Calico. I would say that it's definitely more of like a cyan for sure. I felt like that would look really good, especially for fishing because, you know, you think fishing, you think water. It was a guess, but it was sent right as you confirmed it was an outline, LOL. You were right, it is an outline and you guessed it correctly. And now I think the picture is ready to upload. So I'm gonna go in here to ARTFIGHT and we're gonna submit this and then I'm gonna show you guys all on screen the final, including the blue, the cyan outline. So we are going to 11 minutes. This is why we're hurrying. We gotta do this quickly. Stardew fishing is what I'm gonna call it. We will fill in the description after the picture is safely secured onto the website. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna put in the, oh my gosh, hold on. Let's look at the, I left you guys on BRB, my bad. We're gonna come back in here and we're gonna look at this character ID number 961040. This one is a full body check. Recipient's username is an ANURA check. Find revengeable attacks. Beautiful. And then we are going to call this a clean sketch. It's fully line art. It's fully colored. I did 0 shading, so we're just not gonna put shading. And then prop scenes, design elements. Does a fishing pole count as a prop? I'm gonna put it as a prop. Confirm attack. And we're gonna submit attack. Wait, did I? This is revenge for, yeah, that's in there. Submit. Is it submitting? Is it not submitting? Okay. I got really scared for a second there. But here we are, it's submitted. We're gonna make this bigger. And check it out, here we go, Stardew fishing. This is the final drawing, and here you can see the colored outline that I added at the last second. I think it was the right move. The picture felt a little bit unfinished to me without that outline, but now I think what we really need is to edit and add a description because I was so worried about submitting it. Yeah, it was very intense. We're down to like less than 10 minutes. So let's do a description. I think it's so cute that you have your Stardew Valley OC on your profile, and it was a lot of fun to draw, especially as my last attack of the year, which I live streamed. Here, if you would like to check it out. It's the second piece in the stream because we did do one earlier. So let's grab that stream link real quick for our friend here. We'll copy the link and yeah, see you next year. I think that's a good message. We'll do that. Cool. So how are you guys feeling? I know I'm feeling extremely relieved because I was so worried about that timer. Let's look at that timer. 8 minutes. 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes and counting. I wonder if the website's gonna get real hard to use too. I don't know, it might. Oh, cute, the outline was a great touch, says Calico. Thank you, I agree. I like it, I think it was the right choice. I think the character's super cute, which also made it really easy to be able to draw an attack in less than an hour. Foregoing highlights does feel a little wrong, but at least we got the highlights in the hair, so that kind of like makes up for it a little bit. Cam, I was worried it wouldn't load. I was too for a second, so when I first started clicking on my phone, submit, it wasn't submitting. I was like, oh no, what's wrong? Is it my phone? I was like, where's the website? Oh no, I don't know. And then it finally submitted. So for a second, you guys don't know because I kept my cool. But I was freaking out for a hot second there. I was a little bit worried that it wasn't gonna work. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the end of ARTFIGHT. And of course, for all of the other streams that you have come to while we were having ARTFIGHT. I would love to see you guys the rest of the year. You can find me here on YouTube. I will continue streaming and making videos, so please stop by and hang out. It's gonna be so much fun. And we're gonna, of course, keep ARTFIGHT in the forefront of our minds as the surveys come out for suggestions when it's time to suggest themes for next year's teams. I will definitely notify everybody on my channel when that comes out so that you can get in your suggestions. And then again, when it's time to vote, on next year's themes, I will, of course, post that to my channel as well. So stay tuned. Absolutely had a good time, says Rocks. 7 minutes left. This was great. Cam, it was a fun month. I agree. Artbreaker's so cute. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really happy with this last two attacks that we did today. Honestly, they've both turned out great. I'm proud of them. I'm glad you guys were here for them and that you helped me keep track of time. Because I couldn't have done it on my own with my head down and ignoring the timer. You guys have been a great help. It was a fun stream. Yeah, it was fun for me too. I'm so glad you also had fun. KK, I gotta go. See you on the next stream and going to get new lights. Enjoy and thank you for joining. And again, I agree. I will see you guys next stream. Thank you so much for being here. Looks great, Perry, says Pilfer. Appreciate it. Have a great day, Perry. Artbreaker, you too. Well-deserved break. A well-deserved break for all of us, for sure. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. So please do subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up and come back for more next time you see me drop a video or a stream. Tama Citrus, will you do an overview of your attacks before you go? I'm actually gonna release a video with a little bit of I'm gonna edit a video of like the walkthrough of all my streams, but then I'm also include a couple snapshots of like the WIPs, the work in progresses too, for some of the attacks that I think is interesting to share that. So I'm gonna put together a proper edited video for that. I hope you will check it out. And yeah, see you next time, okay? Bye.